you didn't watch the previous video, you know that there's a few things we're gonna be doing next, and in terms of like these videos and stuff. So I have a new project with the Aganeshi candle, which I want to backtest. Now this is the first video I do. I'll try to do like a live video every day, talk about the progress, what I've been doing, what I've seen, and everything. This webcam is weird, but anyway. So that's gonna be the plan for the next few days. And today I want to go with the very first step. Welcome hug. That's wonderful. Hug and barbecue. Wonderful. All right. So today I want to go with the first step, which is going to be kind of what you use to backtest. So I've done videos on that in the past. I've tried different softwares. I've tried manual backtesting. That worked fine. But today I want to go to something that works even better. Something that's going to be completely different. And I found out a few weeks ago in an interview I did with a trader in Da Nang with Jim Brown. And I tried the software. It's really incredible, really awesome. That's what I want to show you guys today. Then I'll talk a little bit about the things I'll be backtesting, like the candlestick I'll be looking for. I did some research on that. I'm not the expert in Akanashi, but that's what I'm going to be backtesting in the next few weeks. So we'll jump to that right away. And this is really a good software. I'll show you guys. So just to talk about first, in terms of backtesting, there's a few options. Right? You can go with, I think the obvious is going to be Forex Tester 3. You can go with 2, it's the same thing, but that's the first option. The other option you have would be to backtest manually. I've done a lot of backtesting with TradingView myself. I would like go see the chart, take the trade with the tool they have, put it on whatever thing I want to put it on to track the trades, like Trello or whatever tool like this, and that would work fine. But and of course, the other option you have is to go through MetaTrader 4. You go through time, you backtest. I think you go forward one candlestick at a time with, I think it's like F11 or something on your keyboard. That works fine. That's good. Now, the only reason why you would not use Forex Tester 3 is because it's just a messy software. It's hard to use, and it's expensive. Like it costs a lot, right, to use that software. So, welcome, Martin. If you guys have any question on what I thought during this live, just comment in the chat. I'm gonna look at the chat for sure and answer your question at any time. And that's so. Let's jump on the computer, which we are already on. Here's the software that I've been trying a couple of 2 days ago, and I just bought it right away. I tried it out on. There's I think a demo you can try, and then if it works for you, then you just buy it. It's like $99. A Forex Simulator. You can links will be below the video anyway. But I'll show you guys kind of how it works and what you do. Well, first of all, how to install it. It's pretty simple. It's a company, but basically it works on MT4. So I have MT4 open right here on my computer. Okay, and it's basically just a plugin. Now I won't open this because you would see my license key and everything. But you take this thing here, which is a software. You draw it. You drag and drop to your chart. Okay, this is the chart area right here, and that is going to give you something like this. Okay, now what you need to do, well, if you guys don't know how to install a plugin on MT4, you simply go on File. You're going to do Open Data Folder. That's where you have to put the plugin. What the site's going to give you is you can download it for free, like the demo. They're going to give you a file. You put it into the data folder. You have to go through, I think, expert or MQL4, then expert. Okay, that's going to be in the order. You put your plugin there, and you're going to have it right here on your menu. Now, once this is done, you can drag and drop on your chart. Okay, like I showed you guys before. And I won't do it now because it's already there and everything. It's just a mess. But you're going to get with this window here. If you activated your software, which means if you bought it, which is like dirty cheap at, I think, $99, which I just bought right away, you're going to get this thing. It's going to say it's activated on your computer and stuff. Now, let me show you how this is different from all the other softwares before, and especially Forex Tester 3, which I liked, but it's not enough, like when you want to do things like that. So when you do new simulation, this is what is going to pop up. Okay, you have a lot of option here. So I'm just gonna scroll through a couple of things. Provider, this is for your data. Like a couple of people mentioned that the data in MetaTrader 4 was kind of inaccurate. And as a matter of fact, if you pick this one, they're gonna tell you they provide certain limitation on the data here. Okay, so not all of it's going to be available. Now, I just didn't really play with that, just pick this one. By the way, the data, you get it from here, data center. You can download pretty much anything you want. So that's how it works. I see Adrian. Adrian, yeah, this is going to be recorded on YouTube after it's finished to be live. You're going to get the replay. By the way, if you guys watch the replay right now, comment below in the comment box, and I would love to be able to connect and answer your question if you need any help at any point. Okay? So once you've downloaded the data, you're going to get all the pair here, okay, that you're going to be able to use and backtest with. I only have one because I only downloaded one pair. Make it simple, and it does take time to download all the data. It goes, I think, to 2003, which is very, very back, like very dated and stuff. No problem, Adrian. Awesome. And then you pick your date for simulation. You pick your account currency. I think, yeah, you just have the choice between the two currencies on the pair. And starting balance, $10,000 is good when you want to backtest, just to get the clear round number idea. Okay, that works fine. Time on chart. Here's something interesting. You have New York close. You can do this in Forex Tester 3, but it's just a mess. You have to change the time zone and everything, and then go to GMT plus 2, I think, or it's a weird thing. So here it's pretty simple. And simulation, you can put a date. Rewinding allowed. Who cares? I think that's fine. Pip size, that's good. You choose here your position size per trade. I think you can change this later, but I'm not sure. Okay. In any case, we'll just put it as whatever this is here. Leverage, spread. It's cool. So you can set a fixed spread, which means like 2 pip, 3 pip above the whatever price, or you go with the real spread based on their data, which is pretty cool. Yeah. I'm gonna answer a question here, which is by HM. Are you gonna do manual backtesting? So first, I thought I would be doing some script-based testing, but for two reasons, I'm gonna stick with manual. First of all, because of the fact that I'm not quite sure what things look like on the chart with Akinashi. Like, I've seen those before, I know a little bit how they work, but I don't know exactly how they look, and I want to be comfortable with the kind of setup I'm gonna see on the chart. Okay, if I were to backtest like engulfing cattle, I know exactly what they look like. It's simple, but I can actually, since I don't have the experience of using those and seeing those on charts, I prefer to go manual. And the other reason is that I've tried to create a script, but Akinashi are really hard to code, in my opinion. It's kind of difficult. You have kind of different formula for candlesticks, and you cannot use Akinashi as an indicator on your chart. Like, you cannot just say when you see this or two color. It's not really happening. Okay, so we'll have to go along when it goes something hard, which I'm not sure I want to get into really. So that's what I'm going to be doing, some manual backtesting. But with this software, which I'll show you guys in a second, you're removing like all the tough part of that backtesting. Okay, it's really, really crazy simple. So, but yeah, that's why I go manual. Okay, so let's start simulation. Now it took me quite a while to figure out how this works. So I was like stuck here for 15 minutes before, and I was wondering, like, clicking everywhere trying to figure out how that worked. It's really simple. What you want to do is you want to first of all do visual mode. Okay, it's gonna really simplify things a lot. Now you go to chart. You have to open your chart. It's a little bit messy, but the cool thing is, and this is not me who says it, but one of my students told me that with this software, you can use multiple charts. If you want to have like a weekly chart open, a daily chart, a 1 hour chart, or whatever combo you want, you can do it. I'm just going to open a daily chart. I think it's going to be fun. We'll do add. It's going to take some time. And then you click open here to open your chart. Okay. Now we can close this one here. This is the box we'll use to place our trades. Okay. Let me just see the question. This is Scott. Is there automated testing for TradingView, or yeah? That's a really good question, Scott. The other option you have, so apart from Forex Tester 3, TradingView manually, and MetaTrader 4 manually, the other option you have is to go on TradingView and write a script. But the very, very frustrating thing is that for most of the pairs, you don't have enough data to backtest. I think on a 5-minute chart, you might be able to go like a month back, which is not enough. Like it's only backtesting a month is telling you like nothing. So you need more data for sure. And on the daily chart, you may be able to go back. I don't know. I didn't test it, but maybe 5 months or 6 months or maybe up to a year, which is not enough to really get a clear idea of what you're going to backtest and what data you're going to get. So there's just not enough data on TradingView, and that makes it really hard to backtest and get good result. So that's why I don't go with TradingView. Okay. So welcome, Les. Wonderful. Okay, let me. I just hate this chart here, so I'm gonna zoom a little bit. Zoom back a little bit. Here's because I hate these black charts. We'll go with I should have something here, like on white grid. Okay, let's go with that. It's gonna be more simple. All right. So here we have our charts. Let's see. So because of this project and everything, I'll put Akanashi right away. I think I'm not sure if I have them installed, or you should have them. In my case, I have them since a long time. Akanashi candlestick. Okay, I have this box that pop up on the other screen. I like to have it say green, lime green, lime green. It should be fine. We'll try it out this way. Ooh, that's weird. Anyway, I think I'll have to go forward a little bit, so I'll click next bar here just to create some data. Okay, just because I want to, and don't forget we're like in 2004 here, which is like way back, so we can allow ourselves to put some data here. And I'll switch to this line here because I don't want to see the black bars behind. So the hack is that you just click. I hope you guys can see this. Yeah, you click here. You don't put the candlestick here. You put the these things right here, the bars. That makes it really cool. Okay, so we're good to backtest now. And oh, let me put the Bollinger Band. 22. Okay. Now, I know like yesterday was a video that I first did about that whole strategy that I want to backtest. And I don't really know what are going to be the rule for strategy backtests yet. I'll do that like tonight or tomorrow. But I just want to show you guys how that's going to work with the backtesting and stuff. Yeah. So HM, yeah, as it good. So you make the line color white. Yeah, properties. Yeah, you can do that too. That works. All right. So here's how this works, and it's really like making your life really, really simple. Yeah. So I'm gonna like just put some data because I hate to see this chart being so backward like this. We'll go with some data. You can put this like automated. It's gonna run automatically. Actually, we can do this for a while. I'll create some data. We'll just let it run. And yeah. Just want to get like a clear idea and a clear, let's say, a year of data or whatever. Okay, should be pretty good to go. Okay. Oh, all right. Matter. Right, so we have some data right now on AUD GPY. So I'll just try to show you guys an example of what kind of trade I might consider to trade. One of the big thing with Akanashi is people, they look at a change of color in the bar. So let's say they're gonna wait, and this is gonna be like green bars. They're gonna wait till the candlestick turn red. They're gonna wait for two candlestick of the same colors, two red candlestick, enter below the low, and stop loss above the high. That could be like an example. And I'm not sure that's why we'll end up backtesting of some sort. But I have another trader who I talked to who does it differently, which is gonna be something to backtest also. Yeah, I'm just gonna like what I'm thinking is if I'm gonna trade with the Bollinger Band, I'll wait also for some sort of break of the Bollinger Band, like here. We break the Bollinger Band, and if we were to have two, let's say green candlestick, then we would enter on that trade. Okay, so let's say let me go back one bar. Okay, so we have, let's say, two green candlestick. That could be a trade. So we broke outside the Bollinger Band. Technically, like we are at a support zone, so that's good. And I didn't make the rule yet. I guess I'm just making this up like as I go here. But what I would do is I would see, okay, we've done this, 2 green bars. Okay, let's enter a buy trade. So ensure you have the visual mode here enabled. Okay, really important. Otherwise it's gonna make a mess. You do buy, and then you can just drag and drop your stop loss and take profit. Okay, so the 2 lines here, one is red, one is blue. I think the red's probably your stop loss. Exactly. The stop loss, let's see, you put it here. You see your stop loss is going to be 13.5 Australian dollar. Okay, based on the unit size we set first. So if I want to go to R in profit, I would just put this at 26 or 27. Okay. 27. There you go. And we're done. I would just have to do accept and trade is placed. See how fast and simple this is? Like, this is really, really, really fast. Question from Shadado. How are Akanashi candlestick? How are Akanashi calculated? I don't really know exactly the calculation. I know it's quite advanced a little bit, but you can Google that somewhere and they're gonna give you the answer. It's pretty, like, I don't really care about the calculation stuff, but yeah. Like, then you would just do here next bar. Okay, next bar, until we see the result of that trade. Yeah, it's tapped out. There you go. Okay. Now, the question I have, and this is not something I've done before, I don't really know how you get your result, which I should have looked at before, but I'm not exactly sure. Is it here in trade? Yeah. Okay. So when you click here on trade, you get this window popping up. It shows you, okay, market pending, history. Okay, that's good. You get the history of close trade here. Close trade, this one, statistics. That's pretty neat. So you get all these statistics right here. I realized profit. Well, okay, I lost money on this one trade. Total loss of all lost trade. Okay, that's good. You probably get a bunch of things, which you could go into. Consecutive losses. Okay, max consecutive losses. That's pretty cool. And they give you like a detail here of what that's about, which is nice. Because they don't always put that. Sometimes they just give you these numbers, especially on the strategy tester in MetaTrader 4. They give you like all these numbers, but they're not quite clear sometimes. So it's kind of cool that they give you this. Okay, that looks cool. And then a graph. It's gonna be pretty bad here, but that's pretty much how it works. Now, okay, we could play with this for hours. Here would be kind of another example of trade, which I talked about, which I didn't take. Let's just go back and see if we can make a profit. That's not what you want to do when you backtest. You want to go more like properly and put things like in the right order and stuff. But that would be another example. So we break outside the Bollinger Band. We have 2 candle of the opposite colors, 2 green candle here. So you will, let's say, enter above the high, put your stop loss below the low. And this gives me 16.55. Let's just say it's going to be 33. Is that right? Yeah, 33. Or is it 2 to 1 over to risk? A little bit more than 33. Oh. Yeah, I'm really getting picky here, but all right. But accept. We have a trade placed. Would go forward. And that would be a profit. Wonderful. But yeah, you don't want to do this like when you backtest. Let's see the question a little bit. Actually, I'll try to put this up right here. I don't know if you guys can see the question, but for those of you guys who are looking at the replay, you might not see the comments, so I kind of want to show them here, and we'll answer a few of those. So with the Akanashi candle, you would enter on a third candle as it comes down 50% of its second candle. Well, basically, I don't look at any of that, Sharon. I'll just enter at the close of the candle when we have 2 candlesticks on the same color. Okay, so if we are in a downtrend, so meaning we have these red candlestick, I would wait for 2 green candlesticks to enter above the close. Okay, that's how I would see it. But this is not sure. And the reason why I do like a video every day to talk about these backtesting results is that I'm not sure exactly what I'll do. And I might see something. I have another trader friend who recommended me a few things to backtest, which I might go more into. I think these are more with like 1 candlestick in the size and maybe dojis and stuff, or pin bars. So I'll have to go more into that for sure. Yeah, There's a program called Trade Interceptor. I never got to really make it work for myself. It's just maybe the platform and whatever software which I didn't really like. But yeah, this one is free, so you could check it out as well. So understand you would enter on the account. Yeah. This could be a possibility. So you would enter on the candlestick. You would wait for a 50% retracement. That could work, but it might not be something I'll do for sure. How much is the software? I think this one is $99. Tyler, you can check the link below. Compared to Forex Simulator 3, this is really cheap because I think even last week I think I saw Forex Simulator 3 for like $300 or something similar, or $249. That one is really cheap compared to Forex Simulator. Just keep in mind you need to have MetaTrader 4, which most of you probably have, and that would work fine. But so yeah, it's a different software. Let me. Oh, what happened here? Here we go. Okay, we're back. Awesome. Let me see the comment. Okay. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I think this is pretty simple. We could go on and on, but I won't back this live because that would be way too boring. And let's just see if I can find an example of like short setup here. This one didn't break outside the Bollinger Band. I would not probably take that. The rules are still to be defined. Okay, this broke outside. Yeah, we had these green candlestick, two red candlestick. I would maybe enter below the low or below the close of this candlestick. So you would put a sell trade. And like we're still figuring this out for sure. There, the 16. Like we don't care about the dollar amount or the pip amount, not necessarily, because I'm only looking for the reward to risk, and this won't be a dollar amount anyway. It will be like a fixed percentage per trade that I will probably risk on that strategy. So even if this is like $100, $10, it doesn't matter. It's always going to be a percentage of my account when I get to trade this either demo or live. So we are at 16. This would be 33. Yeah. So accept. We can go forward. This is becoming like just a game now. But anyway, yeah. You guys get the point, I think. Let me see if there's any comment. I think that would be it. I don't want to make these videos too long because it's bad for people who watch them after. But yeah, I'll just wait a few seconds. If you guys have any questions, comment below in the chat, and I can answer a few questions before going. There's some freezing rain outside here. It's crazy, but yeah. So that's pretty much what I want to show you guys today. And tomorrow is going to be a little bit more on the methodology and the strategy I'll be testing first. And yeah, there might be some things to test. Yeah, keep in mind on this, like if you were to trade this at 2-to-1 of reward to risk, and with basically you would need a win rate of 33% to make money. Okay, which I think if we were to look at the stats here, let me see the trades. Yeah, so we're still in profit even after 3 trades. We lost 2. We're in profit because we're back at break even. Okay, that's 33% exactly. So keep in mind, it's not about being right. And one of the big mistakes you can make when you backtest is you're gonna want to find the winning trade. You're gonna want to prove yourself that your strategy is right and it's working, especially if you created it yourself, or if you pick it from a course or someone who teaches it to you. You want it to work. Like that's human nature. You want things to work out fine, because that's what it's gonna give you money. But keep in mind that the mindset you have to come up with in backtesting is proving strategies wrong sometimes, or seeing when they would not work, when the strategies would be bad. And if you come in with that mindset of proving things wrong, you're more likely to have like the worst case scenario, which is kind of what you want to have. Because if you are too optimistic and you find only the best trades, when you get to trade live, things are gonna like fuck up and screw up. Okay, and you want to make sure that you are like proper with that fuck up and that mess up when you go live. Okay, so that's really important. Let's see comment here. That kind of actually shows the real market price. That's a good question. I think it does show. Yeah, I think the price that you get is the same price as the new candlestick. If we were to go back on this, see like the actual price here is the exact same whether we use Akenashi or real candlestick. Okay, it does show the market price. It's just that the rest of the candlestick is gonna be different, more based on kind of the trend and the prior data, which is interesting. Let's see. There's there's a trading blog called Parcube. Okay, Parker. I'll try to interview the author. Wonderful. Send you an email. Yeah, Anmol, I think I saw your email about the EA error. I thought I replied, which is really interesting. That's I'll have to go back and see, or I might have. Sometimes I write the reply and then I don't send, or it gets like in a draft or something. So I'll take a look at that. Yeah, no, I think Shadow. I think it really shows the real price. We could see like with the. I don't know if I can open the chart here. I don't think I have any account log, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it shows the real price. Even if you were to look on TradingView, yeah, you would have to see it for yourself, though, because I'm not gonna get into that for now. But yeah, now those are pretty much the exact same thing as real candlestick, except that they give you a better view of the market. Like instead of being rushed by all the ups and downs. That's kind of a bad, bad example. Yeah, so instead of seeing like all the ups and downs, all the bullish candlestick, bearish candlestick, you just see these more smoothed out candlestick moves, which is like all bearish, all bullish, but within those you can have like bullish candlestick, bearish candlestick. You just don't see them here. Okay, which is difference into that. Yeah. HA is in true price. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I can't really see this. I'm not exactly sure about Akanashi and what its true price or not. But yeah. Oh, close and open are based on average. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. Hmm. So yeah. Yeah, exactly. So Sharon has a good point. She thinks Akanashi are good. Let me put this up here. She says Akanashi are good for longer term trades. It kind of cut out the noise and keep us in trade longer, which is yeah, true and not true. The other trader I talked to you guys about that I'm gonna talk to, and I'm probably gonna meet him on Tuesday. He's using candlesticks or Akanashi for shorter term, like really short term. We're talking like scalping on a 500 chart. He uses them for stocks, which is different, of course, but like you could use them on in time frame, and they would just smooth out all the data basically. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So you would, yeah. The other thing, and I'm glad you mentioned HM. The other thing is that with a sort of pattern like this, is that you might change your take profit. And I'm not sure if I get to trade this that I will have a fixed reward to risk take profit. I would most likely wait for a change of color. Okay? Simply because we have more chance of seeing a trade longer. And yes, we'll have some trades that are gonna be cut, like that you exit fast, because it changes color fast. Like let's say here, if we were to enter here, a bullish, well, let's say here a bullish trade, and it changes here, left to candlestick, we exit quite fast, right? But if we are to enter here and exit when it changed color, that would be like here. That's a much bigger move, okay? And so that's where you kind of adopt a more longer or just trend trading mentality, which is different. Okay, but this tool allows you to do it. A regular candlestick, like these Japanese candlestick, they're not really gonna help you do that, or they're gonna be messy a little bit. Okay, so this might be a tool to use to maybe stay longer in the trade and have more trend trading perspective on things. Yeah. Let's see a few other comments. time frame matter when you're backtesting? Or will the result be the same? Yeah, the time frame do matter. And I'm gonna be backtesting mainly the daily chart, but I'm pretty confident, and I know that even with the daily chart, if I were to go back on lower time frame and take the daily chart zones, I would get pretty much the same reward to risk. Okay, that's just from experience and from things I saw, that the result when you consider the higher time frame are pretty much the same on the lower time frame. Okay, if you only look at the lower time frame, let's say if I only trade this same thing on a 1 hour chart, might be different, mightn't be the same result, the same win rate and everything. But if I'm gonna look at the zones on these higher time frame, go on lower time frame to place a trade, I can expect pretty much the same thing. Yeah. I use HA only to count pushes up and down, but use them without the wicks. Yeah. Cool point, Scott. The Akanashi wicks, I think, don't really matter. So they are there, but they don't really matter unless you look at the candlestick patterns. But in which case, like I think they're not exactly the same wicks. Like if I were to put these candlestick here, I think there's a difference in the wick, right? So see, like this one here, I think this is a completely bullish candlestick, but the icon actually has a wick, which is different. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, Scott, if I'm gonna trade the 1 hour chart, I would look at the zone on the daily chart. Yeah. But it's kind of changed here with this methodology, which I'll have to look into if it's gonna be the same thing or not. Tyler, good question. And I'll finish with that. So if you are backtesting something and it works, and then you get to trade live and it doesn't work, either you had not enough data in the backtesting, or you're just doing mistakes and you want to track whether you do mistakes when you trade, or if you do the same thing as your backtesting. If you have a script, you can just run the script on the side, see if it took the trade that you had live, and if it didn't take them, it's a sign that it doesn't work. But if you just do it manually, then go back, evaluate if you did things right, and perhaps you have not enough data, which is something I see all the time. People that backtest 30 trades, it's not enough to give you a good edge and a good sign that it works. Yeah, and TV Game had it. So are you sure you do the same thing when you trade live as opposed to the backtesting, which is often gonna be different? And if like it happens, I think NTV Game in fact had an experience where he's been trading backtesting stuff, trading live, and he hits a drawdown, right? So that might be normal, but I think he saw a drawdown in the backtesting before, so he was not like completely disconnected from it. He knew exactly what to expect. Yeah, cheating with backtesting is another good example that happens a lot. Yeah. So guys, it's been 34 minutes, and like every time I go live, I want to do this short. It hasn't been being really long, but it doesn't matter. I like it. And if you guys get value, please give it a like. The link to me below for the software. And if you have any question about it, how to use it, I can do more videos than that for sure in the future. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I think I'll go back tomorrow at pretty much the same time, around 4 p.m. Eastern time, and I'll be I'll be live every day anyway at HM. So tomorrow at I think 4 p.m. I'll be going live, 4 p.m. Eastern time. It doesn't work on all time zone, but yeah, that's gonna be the plan for tomorrow. I'll do more practicing in the morning, coming here live after that to share the result and stuff, and that's gonna be the plan. So HM, no one more trade, it's gonna work fine. I'm not sure yet about the strategy anyway, so that's gonna be tough. But yeah, so see you guys tomorrow. I appreciate. Give a like, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Let me see how I stop this thing here. All right, ciao.